All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachah HaKodash. Double honor to the elders and apostles of Grand Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and its truth and sincerity. And I just want to do a quick video, just going into something that I was reading here in the book of Tobit. And that's, the Lord is getting ready to give us, what we've been seeking for. Okay, the things that we've been waiting for. Okay, the things that he promised onto us, man. Which it starts with the downfall of our enemies, which the scriptures tell us, man, that no greater joy has a man than to see the downfall of his enemies and to have joy of his children. But we're getting ready to see the downfall of our enemies, man. We're going to see this chief city, this great city, Babylon, be brought down, man, as the scriptures prophesied for decades now, man. The prophets of old spoke about it, and the prophets in these times spoke about it, and we're gonna see it, man. Okay, this is let me just get this in the book of Tobit, and it says we'll start at verse 4 or chapter 14. I'll get verse 3. It says, and when he was very aged, he called his son, this is talking about Tobit, he called his son and the 6 sons of his son, and said to him, my son, take thy children, for behold, I am aged and am ready to depart out of this life. Go into Media, my son, for I surely believe that those things which Jonah the prophet spake of Nineveh, that it shall be overthrown, and that for a time peace shall rather be in Media, and that our brethren shall lie scattered in the earth from the good land, and Jerusalem shall be desolate, and the house of the Most High in it shall be burned, and shall be desolate for a time. And that time came and went. Okay? Because as we're going to read into it near the end of this chapter, man, eventually, well, let me just jump to it real quick. I'll start at verse 14. Tobit 14 and 14, it says, and he died at Ecbatane in Media, being 170 and 20 years old. Okay, so 190 years old, being 107 or 127, so like 127 years old, and that was Tobias, which was Tobit's son. Okay, but it says verse 15, but before he died, he heard of the destruction of Nineveh, which was taken by Nebuchadnezzar and Asuris, and before his death he rejoiced over his Nineveh. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it was Nebuchadnezzar and what's his name? If I'm not mistaken, it was Cyrus the Great, his father. I forget exactly his name, but nonetheless, that downfall came of Nineveh, and it was taken, man. It was destroyed. Okay, and eventually, that time came to where, the Babylonians themselves, they fell, they collapsed. Okay, and the children of the Most High were allowed to go back into their land by Cyrus the Great. They were given the edict to be able to rebuild that temple, which we know that the rebuilding of the temple today isn't actually going to be a physical one, man. It's going to be a spiritual one. As the Messiah said, every one of you is a lively stone, roughly paraphrasing. Okay, and Yahweh Shai himself, the Messiah, he's that chief cornerstone. So we're being built up as we're building this temple, through the Spirit to house the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, which we know that he dwells in us, because we are the temple. Okay, he's going to dwell amongst his people once again. Okay, but the point being, man, is that the Lord is going to deliver us, man. Even though it may be some years, man, and this is why it's important to have patience, man, and wait. Because although things may look like they tarry and they're taking a minute, amen, eventually they're going to come, man. And that's the great glory of the Lord, because everything in due season, man. I'm going to go back up to verse 4. Tobit 14 and 4 says, go into Media, my son, for I surely believe. Well, it's like in verse 5. And it says, and that again the Most High will have mercy on them and bring them again into the land where they shall build a temple. You see, because what happened after the Babylonians fell, like I mentioned, all right, around like 530 BC, 539 BC, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, and they were allowed. Cyrus the Great gave that edict. Okay, put Darius the Mede in charge, you know, of a particular area. You know, and that temple was rebuilt. Now we know that there was a hindrance of rebuilding of the temple with Cambyses II when he came into power. Okay, but eventually when Darius the Great came in, and the Israelites, all right, they put that petition out. Okay, they put the petition, you know, requesting assistance because the heathen were trying to hinder the building of the temple, man. All right, just like we have here in these times that we're in now, the same thing is being done, man. Okay, where the heathen are trying to disrupt the building of the temple, and they're trying to do it by attacking the prophets, man, because that's what we're doing. We are the temple, man, and we're building it up. We're trying to gather up the lively stones to put up on these walls, man. But the heathens, i.e. Vocab Malone and others, okay, Esau, Edom in general, but the nations all, man, they're trying to stop this word from going out, man. But we see that the Lord is for us and not against us, man, because we see these people getting judged, getting put to death. It's a lot here for the noise. It's just, you know, it is what it is, you know. But it says, and that again, the Most High will have mercy on them and bring them again into the land where they shall build a temple, but not like to the first, until the time of that age be fulfilled. And afterward they shall return from all places of their captivity and build up Jerusalem gloriously, and the house of the Most High shall be built in it forever. And this is the time that we're getting ready to have, man. Okay, we're gonna rule on the earth forever, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. And everything is gonna be established. Everything is gonna be fulfilled according to the scriptures. Okay. And it says, and build up Jerusalem gloriously, and the house of the Most High shall be built in it forever with a glorious building, as the prophets have spoken, man. Okay, and this is something that we should expect. Okay, as it tells us in Jeremiah 29. Let's get that real quick. Jeremiah 29, because again, the Lord isn't bringing something that he hasn't told us. He ain't going to give us something that he hasn't told us about. There may be things that we can't even fathom that the Lord is going to give us, but the Lord mentioned that he would give us all things, man. But this is Jeremiah 29 and verse 11. Matter of fact, let's get 10, because it goes into that whole what Tobit was telling his son Tobias. Jeremiah 29 and 10. For thus saith the Lord, that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word towards you, and causing you to return to this place, man. And that's what took place. That's what happened, according to the T, man. This is recorded history, man. You can find this in secular history. Okay, so you don't believe that this is going to happen again in the last days, man, in the place where we've been scattered to, you know, because the Israelites have been scattered to the four corners of the earth. Are we ruling over there in that land? No. Those people over there right now, man, for the most part, man, those people are imposters, man. Those people are calling themselves the Lord's chosen people, but they're not, man. They're thieves and robbers, man. It says that after 70 years be accomplished at Babylon, I will visit you and perform my good word towards you. And now we're in the modern day Babylon, man. Babylon the Great, the virgin daughter of Babylon, that great city Babylon. Okay, the mother of harlots. That's where we're at right now. It says, I will visit you and perform my good word towards you, and causing you to return to this place. And we're going to return to our land, man. And not only that, but we're going to have the dominion over the whole entire planet, man. This whole universe is going to be under us, under our will. And we're going to do the will of the Heavenly Father, you know, with the power that we've been given. Verse 11, it says, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil. And right now we're living in evil times. But why? Because we went off, man. That's why the Lord brought the Babylonians. That's why he brought the Assyrians. That's why he brought the Medes, you know, and the Persians. Okay? So that we could get chastised. The Greeks, the Romans. Okay? The Lord brought all these to correct us, man. But see, now those thoughts of peace are getting ready to be brought upon us, because that time of our captivity is ended, man. It's been accomplished. And we shall no longer go into captivity, man. but we're going to be brought into a glorious kingdom. It says, and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Okay, and the expected end is the deliverance and the downfall of our enemies, man. And we're going to witness it. It's not going to be hard. Okay, this is why the scriptures tell us, just watch, man. Pray and watch. You're going to see these things, man. Be not dismayed, because the heathen are dismayed at the signs of heaven, man. It says, then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you, man. And the Lord is hearkening unto us. That's why the apostles been telling us to continue to put up these prayers, man, because they working, man. They are working to a T. Okay? It says, and ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart, man. And this is why it's important to give your all, man, to the Lord, man, so that you may be found of him, so that you may receive of his mercy. Okay? And it says, and I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and will turn away your captivity, and I will gather you from all the nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord, and I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive, because ye have said, the Lord hath raised us up prophets in Babylon. And again, we're in Babylon the Great, man. Okay? The Lord is going to deliver us. Let's go from there. Let's get this in Baruch, and we'll close out with this. Just want to make this a quick one. Baruch chapter 4, and I think 34. Well, I'll start at verse 31. I'll start at verse 30. Sirach 4 and 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. You see, the Lord is going to comfort us, and he's already given us the comforter, man. That peace of mind. The truth shall set you free, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shai. That was that comforter, man. But he's going to surely comfort us in the flesh when we are being taken and caught up in the air with the Lord, man. And while we witness our enemies, there's going to be no greater comfort than to see these devils fall, man. To see our enemies fall. You know the comfort and calm that's going to come over us, man. I can't even tell you how that feels. Okay, but it goes on to say, verse 31, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. Miserable, and see, we had a fallen away, man. Okay? Miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoiced at thy fall. And the nations rejoice at our fall, man. Especially Esau, Edom. So we're going to rejoice at their fall because it's only right, man. Again, the Lord isn't going to allow these other nations to rejoice at us when we fail and not allow us to rejoice when the Lord brings them down, man. They're not going to rule forever, man. We are. It goes on to say, miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. For as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved of her own desolation. And see, what is Babylon the Great? Okay, sit as a queen and am no widow and shall see no loss of children. Well, guess what? You're going to see that, man. You're going to be grieved at your own desolation. Babylon the Great, aka America, and the rest of the world. Okay? Verse 34, for I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. You see? The pride of these people, the arrogance is going to be ceased, man. It's going to stop. It says, for fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time. Okay? So now let me go back up, because the point was in verse 24 that I was looking for. That's the spirit, though. I'll start at verse 23. Salakia. Verse 21, Baruch chapter 4, verse 21, it says, be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and he shall deliver you from the power and hand of the enemies. See, this is why it's important. It's sighing to cry, man. Not be enjoying this life, man, because this is not where much righteousness dwells, man. Straight up wicked. It says, for my hope is in the everlasting, verse 22, that he will save you, and joy is come unto me from the Holy One, because of the mercy which shall soon come unto you from the everlasting, our Savior, man. See, that's that mercy, man. The deliverance from the judgment that's going to come upon the whole world, man. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. But the remnant is going to be delivered out of the world, because we are not of the world, as Yahweh Shai was not of the world. Lord will, we be a part of that number, man. Those that believe. And I pray and hope that I myself be on those chariots, man. Okay? Lord's will, man. Verse 23, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, But the Most High will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. See, we got sent out with mourning or weeping. We got kicked out of our land. Okay, the Lord rejected us. He turned his back to us. Okay, we had that fallen away, but what? The Lord is going to gather us back up with joy and gladness, and it's going to be forever, man. Forever. Says verse 24, like as now the neighbors of Zion have seen your captivity, so shall they shortly see your salvation from our power, which shall come upon you with great glory and brightness of the everlasting. You see? So the nations are going to even see it, man. Just like the nations all witnessed the downfall of Nineveh, man. And then Tobias heard of it, man. He didn't see it, but he heard of it. That goes to show you how much that news was being spread out. Okay? And Ecbatani, okay, I believe is down over by close to the bottom of like Iraq, Kuwait area. Okay, maybe a little bit further east. I can't remember exactly, but verse 25 it says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High, for thine enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shalt tread upon his neck, man. And that's the glory that we are waiting for, man. No greater joy, man. We're gonna rule in righteousness, and these enemies are gonna pay for their wickedness, man. You know, so hey, Lord's will, man, that was edifying. You know, I know it lifted up my spirit when I was reading that. And, you know, as I was building this lesson, man, you know, the spirit of joy came over me, man. Because we suffer, man. We suffer greatly in this world. You know, we suffer a lot. You know, it's just being a regular old Israelite, but more so when you're in this truth, man. You suffer greatly, man. And you suffer really is suffering of the mind. Because we know that what's getting ready to come, and we know the state that we should be in, but we understand that this is the position that the Lord really that we've put ourselves in, man, and we have to suffer this. Okay, but hey, you know, Lord's will is edifying. I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, of great millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, who are diligently pushing out His truth and His truth and sincerity. With that, I say Shalom.